the Pokemon trading card game is something I never really understood as a kid. And now, here I am at the ripe old age of 29, diving right back into the fray. To keep things interesting, I'm going to stick to buying sealed product. No trades, no singles, no easy way out. With a budget of just $50 a week, I'm going to build the best competitive deck I can, and see how it stacks up against the pros. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it finally happened. Welcome to post-rotation. Everything from Ultra Prism to Lost Thunder is gone. Zeraora GX, we hardly knew ye. And with the rotation comes some serious introspection. Like, what on earth do we do from here? Well, we've stubbornly continued on without ever dipping into the older sets, not counting the Miracle Pack that nabbed us Zeraora, so in theory we can just keep going, right? Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're gonna just keep going. Honestly, I'm just happy I made it to 8 episodes. When I was first thinking about doing this series, I really looked to FatMoose and his OG Pokemon Sealed Only series kind of as the gold standard. He toughed it out with a pair of super budget Kyogre theme decks from Cosmic Eclipse way before he ever grabbed the Necrozma GX Battle Arena deck, and even then, he actually stuck with the Kyogre Water core instead of taking the easy road and switching over to like Necrozma Malamar. But he stopped at 7 episodes, which was really disappointing, although, you know, I don't know his reasons, but, you know, if I looked into it a little bit, I understand. This challenge is not easy. It's expensive, you rarely get what you need, and you're playing against people who have the luxury of getting whatever card they want, whenever they want. I still have days when the challenge gets to me a little bit, especially when I'm playing the mirror match because I'm constantly reminded of what my deck could be, as opposed to what it actually is. Still, it is a challenge, and it's not something you do because it's easy. And it's something you do by choice. You do it because it teaches you to play from behind. You do it to learn to make do with what you have. And, you know, you learn to persevere. For me, honestly, I just wanted to make it to 8 episodes. Out of respect for FatMoose and his efforts, I couldn't stop anytime sooner. Now, I've made it into a brand new format, and my deck is in serious need of new tools in order to keep up. I doubt I'm getting to 50 episodes, but man, if I want to survive for at least another 3, we're gonna need to give the deck a serious makeover. Now, Pikachu did just prove at the POG tournament that it can win in a field with Eternatus and other tough VMAX Pokemon out there, but to see the success it did in POG, Pikachu needs the support of a new Pokemon V. Specifically, Vikavolt. Vikavolt brings a 2-energy attacker, a decent body at 210 HP, and most importantly, item lock. In a world without Thunder Mountain Prism Star, that item lock can buy Pikachu the time it needs to power up. Sure, Eternatus can still smack you for 270 damage, but that's harder to do when you can't use Great Balls and Quick Balls to search for Pokemon to fill your bench. You can't easily empty your hand to use Crobat or search for anything with Pokemon Communication. It's not an auto-win against Eternatus, but it is a fighting chance, and quite frankly, that's all I need. Now, in terms of other nice cards to have, it'd be great to get the aforementioned Crobat V just for the extra draw power, and if we manage to get Vikavolt, then a few turbo patches couldn't hurt either for a bit of energy acceleration. So really, that's what I'm hoping to pull this week. Let's see how we do. Rolling video. Okay. Awesome. This is Pokemon Sealed Only Episode 8 Redux. Our special episode Redux, I guess. And we'll sync for sound. Awesome. And here we go. Okay, ladies and gents, the rotation is upon us. I think 2 days from when I'm filming this, which is very sad because we are about to lose the Zeraora we just got access to. But on the plus side, we have a way forward. Like I mentioned, Vikavolt V presents an interesting option for Pikarom decks to hang in there, so I'm hoping we'll be able to pull it today. And luckily, my promo, like 2-packs, finally arrived in the mail. So we've got, how many of these? 7, coming in at just, I think, a few pennies over $50. You guys can give me a pass because I am usually under budget. But yeah, this will give us access to 7 packs of Darkness Ablaze and 7 of, I believe, the base Sword and Shield. So hopefully we can pull Vikavolt V. Multiple copies would be nice. And out of the Sword and Shield, it would be great to pull some Crushing Hammers, maybe. Even though I don't know that we'll necessarily need it. Tapu Koko V would still be cool to have. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what we can get. Who knows? Maybe we get another playset of Eternatus. And we transition to Eternatus VMAX. Anyways, let me crack these open quickly, get the packs out, and then we will dive right into it. Okay, that's all the packs out. Kind of wasteful, actually, to have all that packaging now that I think about it. But hey, you know, what can we do? I've seen people have had some crazy pulls out of these guys. I guess maybe they're being generous with the rarity in the packs. So who knows? Maybe we will we'll get lucky, and we will pull some crazy nice stuff for the binder while we're at it. Okay, first pack of Sword and Shield. We got a Dark Energy, Pokemon Catcher, Haunter, Vitality Band, Choodle, Rhyhorn, Rookidee, Krabby, Grookey, Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash. Okay, nothing there. Let's crack a Darkness Ablaze. It is actually cool that Pikarom managed to win the POG Championship there. A lot of people were saying it was down and out, and I was kind of starting to come over to that camp as well. But look at that, you know? The deck always finds a way to live. Water Energy, Toxapex, Clang, Simisage, Starly, Skarmory, Pansage, Electrike, Fletchling, Steenie, and a Thievul for the rare. So, nothing there either. Let's get another Sword and Shield. I'm actually surprised with all the packs of Sword and Shield we've cracked that I've never once seen a Crushing Hammer. It's just one of those things, I guess, about doing sealed only, right? And this is why you always buy singles. Water Energy, Rhydon, Eldegoss, Air Balloon, Salandit, Clobopus, Ghastly, Rookidee, Sizzlipede, Reversal Yamper, and Delmise V. Okay, cool. Nice addition to the binder, I guess. Let me put it safely to the side here. Let's crack another Darkness Ablaze. I really hope I can recoup some of the costs of this series at the end, selling a bunch of the stuff I know I'm never going to play with. Like, I don't know that I would ever really want to play Delmise V. But anyway, Fire Energy, Yellhorn, Ursaring, Poltegeist, Carablast, Galarian Darumaka, Larvitar, Nickit, Bonesweet, Pansear, and... Ooh! Rainbow Rare Centiskorch VMAX. Hey, not bad. That is getting sleeved up right away. Kind of pointless for our deck, but ooh, I do like that. I do like that. That'll fetch us a pretty penny. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Fighting Energy, Quickball, Mantine, Dottler, Krabby, Galarian Zigzagoon, Gossifleur, Silicobra, Yamper, Silicobra, Cramorant for the rare. Ugh, gross. Another Darkness Ablaze. You know, at least I will say, these things are crazy good value. Packs are just, generally speaking, not the best value in the world, so to be able to get 2 for a little more than the average cost of a pack is not bad. Makes me feel a lot less terrible about getting rough pulls, you know what I mean? Vanillish, Clang, Larvesta, Hippopotas, Golett, Skitty, Dino, Electrike, Staraptor. Okay, Sword and Shield. Oh, Come on, give us something, guys. Give us something. Because it is going to get very tough for Pikarom to hang in there after the rotation. Okay. Pokemon Catcher, Drizzile, not even the good one. Darn. Okay, Darkness Ablaze. Can we see a Vikavolt, please? Can I get a Vikavolt? That would be lovely. Lightning Energy, Zweilous, Familiar Bell, Struggle Gloves. Could help against the influx of fighting decks I'm sure we're about to have. Wishy-Washy, Pansage, Tauros, Staravia, Manectric. Nope. Sword and Shield. Still no Crushing Hammer. Still no Tapu Koko. This is going to be, what, 14 packs, and still nothing for our deck. I mean, again, I can't really complain, because Rainbow Rare sent a Scorch VMAX. But, you know. Fighting Energy, Drizzile, Evo Incense, Salazzle, Blipbug, Rhyhorn, Clobbopus, Goldeen, Rosalia, Reversal Pikachu, and Celebi V. Very cool. Useless for our deck. What do we got? We got 3 Darkness Blaze, 2 Sword and Shield left. Alright. Again, nice stuff for the binder. Pretty good pull rate, I have to say. But there's just not that much in there for our deck. And it's funny, actually, because I've been looking at getting my hands on some Unbroken Bonds, Team Up, that kind of stuff. But those packs are either non-existent or crazy expensive. The card shop in Toronto is selling Unbroken Bonds for $14 a pack, which is like, ooh. Nope. Bobkiss. I mean, if I really want to play a dark deck, I've got most of the Hydreigon evolutionary line. We can accelerate as much dark energy as we want to Eternatus. But no Eternatus special boxes or tins just yet. Citrus Berry, Quillfish, Energy Switch, Clobbopus, Goldeen, Rosalia, Ghastly, Pawniard, Cinderace, Whimsicott for the rare. Oh, jeez. I'm glad I bought a bunch of these little boxes too to hold all of the sealed only stuff, because we've got a lot of crap that I don't know what to do with, you know? Maybe I will, I'll give away the bulk commons or whatever to some kid or whatever. Because it's not really worth the space, you know? I still like to think 95% of what they print in Pokemon sets is like utter garbage. Ooh, Turbo Patch. Okay, we can use that. Yeah, most of these cards you will never use, you know? They're just not... Okay, we can't use this on Pikarom, but if we pull Vikavolt, we can actually use that to give it a nice HP bump, and another one for the binder. Okay. Yeah, no, most of the cards, they are not worth the paper they're printed on. At least Yu-Gi-Oh! You see they've given so much support for even like the old random archetypes that, you know, most of what you're getting in a pack can be used somewhere, but Pokemon, a lot of these things are just, they're not good. When are you ever going to use this crappy, you know? Or this Gossifleur? It's just not, the value is just not there. Okay. Let's see what we got. Last pack of Darkness Ablaze. Okay. Metal Energy, Gothorita, Piers, and a powerful colorless energy. Actually, Eternatus can fetch us a speed lightning energy, but unless we're playing Crobat, we can't search for a dark, so that's not great. And Gramble. So, out of 14 packs, we got these two. I guess I could put this on Boltund as well, just to put it out of range a little bit. Baby Blacephalon needs one more energy in hand to knock him out, so cool. This is cool as well. Again, mostly for Boltund, because you can't accelerate to a GX. Kind of sucks, actually, that they went out of their way to stick it to Pokemon GXs. They're really trying to push the Vs, which is like, okay, that's cool, but don't try and invalidate a set of cards so quickly. They're going to rotate out eventually anyways, right? I mean, I understand, like, we have Big Charm. It's a little busted, I guess, to give them the 20 extra HP, but, you know, why do you need to give an extra 50 HP to a Pokemon V? That's kind of busted too, right? Anyway. Okay, well, at least we got something, so I am going to see if I can pop these into the deck, get some digital copies, and then all of these are getting sleeved up and into the binder. Yeah, and then with that, we'll jump into some games. Well, I see Vikavolt might end up being our new Tapu Koko, but saltiness aside, we did get some interesting little cards that might make for some useful techs, and hey, that's the name of the game, right? Anyway, I don't want to belabor the point. Here's the lineup for this week. I am trying to focus a bit on energy acceleration with the energy switches, tag switches, all that, and then buffing my HP in order to avoid instant KOs from Scentiscorch and the Giant Claw. So yeah, there it is. Let's jump into some games and see how we fare. Game 1, I'm up against the Big Metal Doggo, and from the looks of things early on, it's a straight Zacian build rather than an ADP variant. That means I've got a reasonable shot at victory since they won't be taking any extra prizes, even though they're still smashing for 230 damage minimum, but you know. Early on, I see that they are also packing a Copperaja VMAX, so yeah, this is big metal. They bulk up their Zacian pretty early on with a metal frying pan, so now I need to hit for some big damage really quickly, especially with the Galarian Meowth coming down, because now they can threaten to crank up the damage by 20 once it evolves. I dig like crazy, and I realize that Pikarom probably isn't the play now, so I decide to grab Raichu and Zeraora instead in order to set up some paralysis plays. Tapu Koko Prism Star accelerates a ton of energy, and then I try to stall for time a little bit. They get Zacian fully charged, and they smash my Jirachi. I bring up Zeraora GX, but once I have enough energy ready and a Big Charm to boost its health, I swing in with Raichu using the Tandem Shock. I get the paralysis, I stun the Zacian, and now I've got to see what my opponent's going to do. Galarian Berserker comes down, so as I'm fond of saying, I think I'm now on a clock, except I'm not. I see my opponent is digging really hard for something, probably a switch or a Mallow Lana, but whatever it was they're looking for, they can't find it. They know Zacian's getting KO'd on the next turn, so they scoop. A game 2 is against ADPZ, and while my opponent gets a pretty swell start, I don't. I try to thin my deck as much as possible and get set up to attack before ADP comes down, but boy, time is not on my side. I even have to Marnie, pitching a ton of energy to the bottom of the deck, and I get nothing in return for it. I'm forced to grab Dedenne, which you really don't want to play down in this matchup, but I do finally get enough resources to set up the Raichu. It's kind of cool that I even get to use my energy switch combo to bring it up to the 3 energy necessary for Tandem Shock. I swing in and I paralyze the Doggo with Tandem Shock, and I'm feeling good about my odds because they just Intrepid Sword and pass. I take the KO the following turn using Tandem Shock again, and I think I've got this match stitched up, but no. The energy switch combo comes down on my opponent's side pretty quickly, leading to a very fast altered creation. I try to stun the new Zacian with another Tandem Shock play, but ADPZ always has the cards it needs, and they switch it out. Now, I actually make a misplay and burn my chance to Tandem Shock, which eventually puts me in a position where I have to scoop. Now, I actually make a misplay and burn my chance to Tandem Shock, which eventually puts me in a position where I have to scoop. Personally, I don't think I could have made up the ground at that point anyway, not without any damage modifiers, and Electro Power we do not have. We never did, and we never will. On to game 3. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was not the third game I played in a row. I was a little tilted after throwing the last match, and I was out for blood, So I just kept playing and playing and playing until I could find myself up against an Eternatus deck. I figured, if this is the new format, let me just get in there and fight the big bad boy now and get it over with. Well, I got what I wished for, and I regret everything. My opponent started with just a Galarian Zigzagoon and an Eternatus V on the bench, so, I'm thinking, okay, they've got a pretty slow start, they've got to evacuate the little bugger from the active, so I take the time to do everything possible to set up, trying to outpace the impending arrival of the Giant Claw, but I'll be damned, it just wasn't happening. The Giant Claw comes down, and my opponent fills their bench up a little bit, and pretty soon I've already lost a Jirachi, but I'm thinking I can claw my way back, but no. Even getting Marnie into a decent hand and getting some cards off of Lucky Egg doesn't do enough to gain me any ground, especially now that I've lost 2 Jirachi and am 2 prizes down against something that can KO a 3 prizer in one go. I do manage to charge up Raichu and swing in with Tandem Shock for the paralysis, but boy, I am still very far away from a KO. Their bench keeps filling up, and a few Zigzagoon pings set me up for a KO on the following turn. Now, I actually managed to get enough juice to use Raichu's GX attack thanks to a timely energy switch, and I actually managed to take a KO on the Eternatus VMAX. I see a faint glimmer of hope, and I start thinking, maybe I can win this match. But then another Giant Claw comes in, as does a boss's orders. My Raichu is KO'd, and looking at my board, I really have nothing left to fight back with, so I have to concede. And well, there it is. Not the most successful week in Pokemon Sealed Only history, but I'm going to attribute it to the growing pains of a new format and yeah, some bad play on my part. Looking forward, we really need to pull the Vikavolt as soon as possible. Without that item lock, I think it's going to be very difficult to keep pace with a lot of the decks out there, especially Eternatus. Yeah, Pikarom, it can adapt. We have the flexibility. There are a lot of great lightning Pokemon out there. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, if you do not hit the gas and get to 100, kilometers per hour in the first turn, it's just not happening. So what can I do? I'm going to get some more packs, and hopefully we can grab Vikavolt and give ourselves a fighting chance going into next week. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and, until next time, take it easy.